What's up, YouTube? I'm Mike. Today I'm making a response video to a reel I saw on Instagram. I think it was a piece of an interview. So I got like a hair that's getting me. It was like a piece of an interview done with Andrew Tate, where he made the claim that $20 million is the maximum amount of money that you really ever need to have in life. That once you get to $20 million, unless you're planning on buying a jet or buying a yacht, if you're not interested in buying a jet or a yacht, once you get to $20 million, basically you have all of the money you need to live comfortably and to maximize your standard of living. There's no reason to go beyond that. I'm going to be reacting to that video today because this is actually something that I've thought quite a lot about. I was very fortunate to, or stupid, depending on how you look at it, to have been able to enjoy the good life in my life because my wife and I took a career break, and we took out a whole bunch of money from our retirement, and I had a really big year at work. I'll just tell you that the biggest tax return that I have ever filed in my life, the most amount of money that I have ever made in 1 year, was just like a tiny bit over $300,000. We had to file a tax return for $300,000, and damn, let me tell you how bad that hurts. That is a lot of fucking taxes. It is eye-opening when you make a bunch of money 1 year to see how much of that goes to the government. In fact, I want to think about it right now, given all the stuff that's going on in our country. So I have been fortunate in life to make large sums of money at times. That please don't misunderstand. That is absolutely not what I usually make. That was a combination of many factors that just happened to work out in 1 year. That's the biggest tax return that I've ever had. And due to that and the fact that we took a lot of money out, we were able to live well beyond our typical standard of living for an extended period of time. And so we got to experience some of the best things in life. And so I'm going to be reacting to what I think is, I disagree with Andrew Tate massively. I think the $20 million number is so ridiculously overblown. And I'm going to tell you why. So the point he makes in the video is that if you're not buying a yacht or a jet, with $20 million, you're going to be able to afford a really nice house, probably anywhere in the world, an extremely nice house. You're going to, and this is his claim, you're going to be able to have like 10 diamond watches. He says, I've got so many clothes in my closet, I never even wear half of them or a quarter of them. I've got 10 supercars, and I only ever drive like 4 of them. And so he kind of proves my point for me in his own video. He's saying that $20 million is kind of the ceiling for being able to live the best life possible, and he uses the example of, well, I've already got 10 diamond watches. So, I mean, so let me tell you what I think first, and then I'll explain why. I honestly believe, from personal experience, that low 6 figures is really all the average person needs to be extremely, extremely happy in life. Low 6 figures, okay? I'm talking about $250,000 a year or less, definitely more than 100, somewhere between $100,000 to $250,000 a year, total, all money in. If you can get to that point in life, especially if depending on some things, you can really get the vast majority that you want to get out of life. I'll give you some examples. So, for example, Andrew Tate says that if you have $20 million, you can buy a very nice house. He's absolutely right. There's a gentleman who I talk about. I'm not going to put people's name. I happen to know a man who has like a $5 million beautiful home. No doubt in the world, this is an extravagantly beautiful home. Would I love to live in this home? yes, I would definitely take it. You know, if somebody gave it to me, I would take it. If I could buy it, would I buy it? Probably not. I currently live in a home that we bought in like a little over 10 years ago for $255,000. Okay? It is now worth twice that. Our home is 2,840, we call it 2,800 square feet. And I don't use the overwhelming majority of the 2,800 square feet we already have. We have a nice, large, formal dining room. I only ever walk through it to get from one part of the house to the other. We do not have a formal dining table in there. Honestly, right now, it is a storage room for all of our camping equipment that we bought when we were traveling the world and haven't decided whether we're going to give up on that dream yet. And so our formal dining is really just storage, is really just a storage room. We have a breakfast nook in our home. A very nice little breakfast nook. You've seen videos, you know, it's just a little nook, right? My daughter's craft table is currently in that room, so she can do projects in the living room with my wife while she's cooking or cleaning or doing whatever. And we might eat dinner at that table once, maybe twice a month. We don't even need a breakfast nook. 90%. My son is 14. My daughter is 7. Most of the time, we don't even eat dinner together. You know, everybody's doing their own thing. My son's watches. He wants to eat in his room. My wife and I eat in our room. We watch our shows together. My daughter's doing her thing. She's playing her video games. She's watching something on her tablet. And I know that may sound unconventional, but we live a very unconventional life. To put it into perspective, my wife and I are together on average a minimum of 19 hours per day, Monday through Friday. And we are together 24 hours a day, Saturday and Sunday. That's 365. My wife has not spent a single night, we have not slept apart a single night, and I cannot even remember when. If it's up to me, we will go the rest of our lives and we will never spend a single night apart. We are attached to the hip my kids are homeschooled. So like where a lot of conventional families where mom and dad work, so the kids go to school, dinner time is like a time for the family to get together. But in my house, we're on top of each other all the time. So we can be together anytime we want. And so there's no real reason to even have dining tables or dining rooms because I absolutely despise entertaining. I don't ever want to sit at a formal dining table ever in life. Ever. Like ever. There is never a condition where I want to go to a formal... If Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Andrew Tate, and name the star-studded list, if they were all going to be at some giant, some event, and I got to have a seat at this table to eat dinner with these people, I absolutely would have zero desire to go. Now, I would love to meet them. I would love to have a conversation with them. I fucking hate formal dining. I don't understand why people need to eat together. To me, eating is a private thing, and it's a fast thing. Like, I purely eat for the purposes of a sustenance. So I just wolf my food down really quick and then go about life. Like, I would love to go to have drinks with these people, sit around, have coffee and chat. Formal dining, I don't ever want to go to another formal dining again in my life. So I have no need for a dining room. The layout of our home is amazing because my wife and I's bedroom is on one side of the house and my kids' bedrooms are on the far other side of the house. So when it goes down in my house, my wife and I can be as loud as we want. We can do whatever we want. We can swing from the chandeliers. We're not, we don't have it upstairs where we're shaking the floors or doing anything. Like we have all of the privacy that we want. Each of my kids have their own bathroom. We have our own bathroom. There's some things about this house that I would remodel, but I don't need a bigger house. I live in a nice neighborhood. I live one street off the lake. I live in a gated neighborhood. I cannot tell you the number of times I left my garage door open in the middle of the night with tens of thousands of dollars worth of shit you could have easily just walked in and grabbed. I have never been robbed. I have never felt unsafe. My kids can play outside. Like, we live in a great neighborhood. I didn't need to spend $1 million or $5 million on a home to live in a really nice neighborhood. And because I don't have a $5 million home, I don't have, several thousand square feet to air condition and cool and landscape. I don't have a pool. I don't want a pool. I don't need a pool. This is Texas. I don't need to be outside. Like, I just don't, for me, I have no use in some multi-million dollar home. The only reason I would have that is just for the flex of it. As far as my actual comfort, I was perfectly happy. My wife and I swear to God, we had a 12 by 12 canvas tent. We would live in that tent for the rest of our lives if we could travel. We don't even need a house. We had a wood burning stove in our tent. We took our queen mattress in there. We were perfectly happy in a canvas tent, just me and her together, sharing our lives together. I have no reason in the world to have some 5, 6, 7,000 square foot, 10 bathroom, 10 bedroom home. Don't want it, don't need it, got no interest. What else did he say? 10 cars. He said he's got 10 supercars. He only really drives 4 of them. My wife and I both drive 2024 BMWs. My BMW goes 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. It's a $60,000 BMW. If things play out the way I hope they play out, in the next 19 months, I'll probably have an M4 competition sport, maybe. I'm thinking about giving my son my M240i. I might buy an M2. But the thing is, if I never got a nicer car than I have right now, my BMW M240i, 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds, wraparound screen, it drives itself. I can push a button when I get on the highway coming home from work and just occasionally touch the wheel. It will drive me all the way home. You don't need a Tesla to drive you home. If people think, full driving, my car will navigate me all the way through traffic, all the way home, no problems. I could have I could have a Lamborghini, but why? Why? But my car is faster than I even need it to be. If I get the M4 competition sport, that's going to get me down to 0 to 60 like 2.8. It's going to be a lot faster. 2.8 versus 3.6. That's a big step up. But do I need it? No. My car already roasts the shit out of basically every single car on the road. It certainly gets to law-breaking speed in the blink of an eye. So having a Lamborghini again, to me, is just a flex, which I'm all about. That's fine. But my car makes sense. My car goes 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. It's beautiful. It's eye-catching. I get compliments on all the time. It gets 27 miles to the gallon. I get 27 miles to the gallon in my car. If I upgrade to an M4 competition sport, I'm going to get 16 miles to the gallon. Okay? So my car, the oil changes don't cost a lot. The maintenance doesn't cost a lot. If I go buy a Lamborghini or a McLaren or all of these, the insurance is going to go through the roof. The maintenance is going to go through the roof. Everything is going to be my cost of living is going to go up. And I just don't believe that it's really worth it. Would I love to drive a McLaren? Yeah, for the fucking weekend. I don't want to deal with the stress of every time I leave the house. Am I going to hit a pothole? Am I going to park it in some parking? I'm going to have to park it at the end of the parking lot so some asshole doesn't key it or scratch it or ding it. I don't even want the drama of owning a car that expensive. I'm going to worry about it constantly. Everywhere I go, I'm going to have to valet it. Then I'm going to have to trust some 19-year-old valet not to F up my multi-million-dollar or however much these things cost. So again, could you buy a nicer car than a BMW M240i? Yes. But it's already lightning fast. It's all, like I said, the cost benefit analysis to me is just it's not there. I mean, I think it would honestly be stupid going up to an M4 just so my kid can have my car. That's it. I absolutely don't need to go 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. He said 10 diamond watches. Who even needs a diamond watch? I have a tag watch. You know how many compliments I've got on my tag watch? You know how many people have even asked me about this watch? I was so proud of this watch when I bought this watch, $4,000 watch. I wasn't going to spend $10,000 or $20,000 or $200,000 on a Rolex. To be honest with you, I couldn't even really find a Rolex that I liked. That's the thing. I looked at the Rolex website. I'm honestly not that big of a fan of Rolex. There are other watches that I might have bought at Omega, or I don't know. Like, I love the look of my watch. It's a luxury watch. It's on the low end of luxury. It's not $10,000. I think spending $4,000 on a watch is a lot of money. Is my quality of life going to be massively improved by having 10 diamond watches? Fuck no. My $4,000 watch, I would be brokenhearted if I lost this watch. But I'm not gonna jump out of a window if I lose this watch. If I had a diamond watch that cost God knows what Andrew Tate's watch, again, you're always thinking about it. Is somebody gonna grab it off your arm? I work in an industrial environment. I'm putting my hands in engine blocks and under hoods and inside of machinery all day long. I'm gonna risk ripping a God knows how expensive watch off my arm? I just don't need it. I don't need it. Clothes. I mean, obviously, I just got through making a video. My wife and I definitely have, or at least I do, I definitely have a luxury shopping disease. But here's the deal. When you make a couple of $100,000, when you're in the low six figures and you go out and you buy 6 pairs or 2 pairs or 3 pairs, $1,000 shoes, you still feel that. That's still like a decision you have to make. You have to move some pieces around on the board. You have to skip some different things. You feel it when you spend $3,000 on shoes. If I had $20 million, shopping would be no fun anymore. Like $20 million, I could just buy, I could buy my wife, I could walk into Christian Louboutin. I don't even have to go in the store. I could just call Louboutin and go, send my wife one of every pair you have. Every single time a new silhouette comes out, just send it. We don't even give a shit. Just send it. If she didn't like it, she'd give it away. She could give it to somebody else. Going shopping would suddenly lose all of its value because the whole excitement about shopping and buying nice things is that they're hard to attain. The second you get to the point where we're buying $11,000 Chanel purse is just like wiping your ass, it's like, I don't know. I know people, I know someone who has a closet chocked full of $11,000 Chanel purses. If that person wants to comment here, please. Does it lose its luster? You know, when you can buy an $11,000 purse and not even blink, it's not even on the radar at all, surely that takes something away from the experience. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe when you get to the point where then maybe it's like, how many Birkin bags can I have? Or how many custom, maybe when you can buy $10,000, $11,000 Chanel purses, then maybe you get a direct line to Chanel and they custom order you some shit. I don't know. But for me, in the low six figures, you're going to be able to really enjoy shopping. When you go to a Gucci premiere and they're serving you up champagne and cocktails and you pick out a couple of items and you feel kind of special to be invited to something like that. You're a step above the rest of the crowd. It's a good feeling. It's a nice feeling. But if you're Andrew Tate and you get invited to the Gucci premiere at North Park Center, what does he even give a shit? He gets invited to way bigger events than that. It's not even worth his time. So again, what I'm saying is that, yeah, like there's $1 million homes are great. $1 million cars are great. I'm sure diamond watches are awesome. But at some point, I just think that you get to a point where the cost-benefit analysis just isn't there anymore. I have seen videos of Lamborghinis doing drag races with the Kia Ioniq, the electric Kia, and getting smoked. Okay, buying a Lamborghini these days does not mean you have the fastest car. It just means you have a Lamborghini. So for me, I don't need to have a Lamborghini. I just like to fucking go really fast. I could go really fast in my car. I have a really nice sapphire crystal tag watch. I never have to worry about the face getting scratched. I can go hiking, climbing, do all the shit that I want. It looks great with everything that I own. I have 5 pairs of Christian Louboutin shoes, Louis Vuittons, all that. I've got all the nice clothes so that I can go out at a certain level and hold my own if I cared about such a thing. If we got invited to a really nice event, we wouldn't look like hobos off the street. But we still get to enjoy the adrenaline and the excitement of the purchase because, like, we have to budget for it. It's not just a gimme. It's not just something that you can't feel at all. So my estimation is, across the board, from jewelry, clothes, the house you live in, the car you drive, the vacations you can take. My wife and I have been to every beach you can go to in Florida. We have been to every beach town. We've been through all of the Keys. We've been all over the West Coast, all of the most beautiful national parks, state parks, Vegas, and the nicest hotels. We've done all this shit. We've chartered fucking yachts to go out on the ocean in Florida. We've done horseback riding. If I wanted to drive a McLaren or a Ferrari or something, it wouldn't be shit for me to go rent one and go on a track day. I could do that without even missing a beat. I have access to basically everything I really want in life. And like Andrew says, at 20 million, he's like, people always think, like poor people think that, you know, if you had money, you would buy all these things. And he's like, what happens is you get money and you realize there's not that much to buy. You know, like I already have, I have a 65-inch TV. The viewing distance, how far away my couch is to my 65-inch TV, it doesn't even make any sense to go to an 80-inch. They don't have 8K streams. What do I need? So I've got the nicest speakers I need, the nicest TV, the nicest computer, the nicest camera. There's not that much shit out there that you can actually buy. And when you start getting a lot of expendable cash and you get to that place in life where you've checked a lot of the boxes, you've gone on a lot of vacations, you've got a couple of nice cars, you've got a couple of nice purses and shoes for your wife, you've got a nice pen, you've got a nice watch, you've got you've had a taste of all of those things. You know, you've been to some VIP events, some private label events, you know, some specialty sales or whatever. You know, when you've had that experience, when you've been able to charter things and go on and see the world. I mean, I haven't seen the world, but I can afford to do it. You know, I could go right now. We've got enough money right now. I could quit my job and we could go spend 6 months in Europe without even missing a beat. It was one of the things we were planning on doing before everything went bonkers. Was spend 6 months just riding the Eurorail, just traveling all across Europe with the kids. Life-altering experience. We may still do that shit, to be totally honest with you. I'm about one good lawsuit away. So somebody fucking do something stupid so I can go to Europe. So anyway, I just thought I would make this video because there's a lot of people out there. You know, I know what it was like when I was making $50,000, $60,000 a year, struggling trying to raise 2 kids. And I thought, man, if I could have that Skeeter boat, man, because I loved fishing, you know, and I was fishing out of a Bass Tracker aluminum, and I would see those beautiful fiberglass flecked paint Skeeters and Rangers being unloaded, and I thought, man, if I could just get a Skeeter boat, I'd be the happiest guy in the world. Lo and behold, not too long, I got a Skeeter ZF 225. That thing did 72 miles an hour wide open on the water. Fucking loved every second of it for like 3 years. Done. I've got a sports car. I will probably never lose my need for speed. I drive that car at arrestable rates. 120, 130 miles an hour every single day I go to work. I hit 120 minimum at least once. Do not get in the DFW toll tunnel with me. I am ripping that thing apart. And so I'm just here to tell you guys, like, the key to financial freedom is really not that far away. If you're making 70, 80K, if you're making 100K, if you and your wife get together, you guys can make a couple $100,000 a year. Don't go crazy Just buy a reasonable house. Couple 2,000-3,000 square feet, keep your payment low. Buy a couple of nice cars, keep the payments down, put a bunch of money down. Go on vacations, buy a couple of fancy things. Because I'm telling you right now, like, we've already done it. Like, I know what it is to be able to spend $300,000-$400,000 in a year. I know what that is. I've had that experience, okay? And it does not change your life at all. In fact, all it does is wake you up to the reality that the things in life that matter the most are the people that you get to share it with. I would not trade 1 second with my wife for all the shit we have, like, if you take my wife out of the equation, I wouldn't give 2 fucks about any of the things we have, any of the things I've gotten to do. If I didn't get to share them with my kids, if I didn't, like, we have the greatest family. We all get along. We don't fight with each other. My wife and I sometimes get at it, but between the kid, we have the best. We lived an absolutely blessed life. And if you can accomplish that, all of the toys and shit, I promise you, they do not matter. You will not care. You will not want it. You will lose interest so quickly. The shopping addiction I have is 100% just an addiction. Pure and simply addiction. Nobody gives 2 shits how many pairs of Louboutins we have. I just happen to love buying that crap because I get sucked into it. And tomorrow it could be something else. Tomorrow I might be collecting baseball cards. There's no telling. Anything could happen. I have a collection of Pokemon cards, if you want to know the goddamn truth. I used to try to get all the little flashy EX cards. Me and my son, when my son was young, he got into Pokemon. We had a whole system rigged to get the best Pokemon cards. We figured out that if you go to the store and you weigh a pack of Pokemon cards, that the shiny little EX cards that everybody wants, they're slightly heavier than all of the regular cards. So we used to sneak into Walmart with like a drug dealer scale, like a jewelry scale, like a gram scale. And we would sit there and we would weigh the packages of cards and find the one that was like 0.002 higher. Our success rate of pulling EX cards out of Pokemon packs was outrageous. I mean, it was probably 8 to 10. Like, it was all, I would say 7 or 8 of the 10 packages we bought, if we took our time, we weighed them out, had EX cards in them. I've got a box in there, God knows what it's worth, full of Pokemon EX cards. So my addictive brain will find a way to win at any game. I was a grown-ass man, and they're weighing Pokemon cards, trying to find the right pack to buy. So, there you have it. I just wanted to make that video. I totally agree with Tate in principle. There definitely is a dollar figure that you can get to where you realize, dude, like, I don't need any more money. There's nothing else. Everything that I buy is not adding to my enjoyment of life anymore at all. And it is nowhere near $20 million. He's out of his fucking mind. Maybe $1 million. I honestly just don't believe. If you can get to a couple $100,000 a year, somewhere in that vicinity, you should be able to live a unbelievably comfortable life without really feeling like you're missing out on anything. Unless, of course, like he says in the video, if you have to live in a $10 mansion, if you have to have a yacht, if you have to have a private plane to be happy, then you're going to need a lot more money. Other than that, low 6 figures, and you're going to be as happy as you can be. So there you have it. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.